Alright y'all, we're here with that unboxing that I was mentioning beforehand. This is essentially everything you need to start your own tank at home. I ordered it off Amazon. There's a few random things in here. Nice sponge filter. We got 2 products. And this one, so we'll put these off to the side here. And we'll kind of do a quick review of each product as we go. These all came today. Oh, sweet! This is something completely unexpected. So these are my 2 aquarium encyclopedias that I've had since 3rd grade, so those will come in handy in a minute. Completely forgot about that, that makes sense. Alright, this box, really Amazon? You see that? Really? But it's okay, because I got such a... I got such a fire deal that it doesn't even matter. Alright, let's talk about it. Lila, say hi. This is the newest 44 Explorer, Lila. She'll probably be coming in and out of the shot from time to time. So these right here are essentially the basics. Like I was saying earlier, I used to be in the hobby a long time ago, and I was very unsuccessful for most of it. And now I had the opportunity to get a tank as an adult, and I'm starting big. And I figured, you know what, let me spend the first few weeks doing some research, watching some videos. I highly recommend MD Fish Tanks, Aquarium Co-op, The Fish Guy. A bunch of those guys have a bunch of other channels and people who guest star on the channel and stuff. Great people. And I learned a lot. So this is kind of where I got the recommendation from. For starters, we've got Fluval Stratum. This is basically going to be your aqua soil for your live plants. Now the reason this is important, and the reason why all of my plants have died in the past, is because I just put the plant in the water like a betta fish, you know, early 2000s kid, you know, put the plant on top, it'll filter the water. Yeah, well that didn't really work. So now I just did some research, found out this is loaded with all sorts of vitamins and minerals for the plants, and it's shrimp safe, which is awesome. See, it says mineral rich, so that's awesome. On Amazon they had a deal for $15 for this huge bag, so I got 2 bags for the price of 1. Shout out Amazon. Then I've got some ammonia neutralizer, some AquaClear, and some Leaf Zone. All great products, as well as some filter media bags. I'm going to show you a cool trick that I learned on YouTube. It's going to be my first time doing it, and just ordered these and we're going to try it out. So I got some filter media and these third-party filters for any PFL system. Usually that's going to be your top fin or your Aqueon. I have a top fin filter right now that takes PFL cartridges. So I bought those, saved 15 bucks on a 15 pack. So good stuff. So right behind me is kind of the workshop right now. Here you can see I've got the huge 55-gallon tank. We've got some substrate sand that I've cleaned off, and we've got some plants chilling over here in the UV. We just purchased those plants, so the goal for today is to set up this tank filled up with water and plant these plants. And I've got a bunch of materials inside and outside for this experience and this setup process. So stay tuned for that, as we're probably going to do a lot of quick cut montage type stuff, but that's what I'm working with. It's going to be 55 gallons. It's going to be 4 feet long. Don't know how tall, but it's pretty narrow. And there's my filter. So yeah, this is my take on a 55-gallon, and this is based off of trial and error for a lot of years, as well as really putting in some hours over the last few weeks trying to learn on YouTube. So here we go. So I forgot to mention this sponge filter that I purchased, and it's actually not for the 55-gallon, it's for the tiny 3-gallon. As you can see, we've got 2 guppies in there. We've got a Delta Sunrise and a Navy Tuxedo, both males. These guys have been going through it rough lately, so time to upgrade the filter a little bit. These might be the founding fathers of this tank, I'm not sure yet, but filters for this one because they're kind of finishing up a quarantine cycle right now, and yeah, they've been going through it, so we're going to get them an upgrade here, not in this video but in a future video. Alright y'all, so as you can see, my patio is completely dedicated to the tank. So let's start with these filter media bags. What are these? I'm going to start with the black ones. Forgot a knife, be right back. Okay, so these filter media bags are going to be used for this soil. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to start by doing it, and I'll talk about it as we go. I was very interested in the fluvol stratum. Careful, Lila. It's probably me spilling. Alright. Get out of there. That's not for cats. So, as you can see, I'm going to fill these up. And you don't want to fill it up all the way either. So they'll lay nice and flat if you fill them up. You know, that one can take a little bit more. This is definitely a messy process, so keep that in mind. So you can see if I was filling them up all the way, they'd kind of have like a bulge to them and it wouldn't lay flat. Depends on what kind of scape you're going for. I'm definitely going to fill some up more here in a minute. I'm just here to get some of the base layers filled up first, and then I'm going to kind of decide as I go, to be honest. So I was just reading up on the fluvol stratum here, and it says it's gonna naturally mildly acidic pH, neutral to acidic pH to it. So it's gonna create a good natural biological filter down in the bacterial level of things. And it also is gonna stimulate lots of plant growth. So I'm guessing this is rich with calcium and iron and magnesium, a lot of, you know, nutrients for plants. So in doing so, it's probably packed with beneficial bacteria. In fact, I know it is. So yeah, as you can see, I'm building pretty much biological building bricks. They're pretty messy for the bottom of the tank, and the roots can fly through this, so we're good on that front too. We're on to bag number 2. And as I open this bag, I'm going to tell you guys why I decided to go with these media bags over just planting the soil in the tank. And I have a few reasons, personal reasons, opinions. So, first off, I get to build the scape the way I wanted to with this. If I want to build them too tall and slope them down, you know, I'm building biological building bricks here, pretty much. So I like the idea of being able to slope it how I want with a little bit more ease, so stacking up a platform. Also, I like the idea of starting a new tank by simply taking out this media bag and putting it into something else. It's going to be loaded with beneficial bacteria from the plants and the fish I'll be adding soon. So, all in all, I think this is going to be a win. So. Alright guys, we're all set. Let's go scape the tank. So guys, as you can see, I've got all of our building blocks in place. Now, first thing I see off the bat is if I want to have a raised center, this filter is going to be in the way. So I'm going to sit here and brainstorm for a moment and try to figure out the best thing for this tank, which side I'm going to slope it on, and I'll get back to y'all once we figure that out. Alright guys, this is the way we've got it set up so far. We've got 2 higher sides and 1 regular side on the in the middle. And now I think this is going to be important because in terms of scaping, this filter is going to be in the way. Now it extends downward, and the lids that I have for this have a specific cutout, so I can't move the filter very much. So the bummer with that being, we're going to have a long, piece in the middle of our scape here. Luckily, I've got a big rock that's got a little cutout that might do well. So I'm going to sit that rock lower and then have rocks on either side a little bit higher. I know we're pretty early into the vision, but this is how it's going so far. And yes, I need to clean that glass. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, you might be able to see it coming together a little bit more. I've piled aqua soil, and I've got a layer of gravel over the aqua soil so it's a little more porous, just so it doesn't get trapped. You see the gravel layer there, just so the nutrients can kind of flow around down there, so they're not just stifled in their one spot by the sand. So as you can see, I'm kind of scaping this down, kind of forming 2 little platforms. I'm going to plant on both of these. Probably not today. We only have a few plants today, so it's really just a project tank. So this is going to be kind of the disclaimer. We won't be putting fish in today. It's not going to look glamorous today. There's no good thumbnails for today. This is simply a day 1 of a 55-gallon build from a 10-year aquarist who sucked 9 of those 10 years. So that's what we're doing, and here's a little update. Maybe I'll throw in a time lapse and see if that works. Alright y'all, so I've covered almost all of it in sand, and I've added that second rock, and now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going in with some fine pebbles. Actually, you know what, let's place the middle rock. Yeah, let's place the middle rock and then add the detailed pebbles. I'm going to try to grab this camera. Now we first need to figure out what we're doing with this filter. The depth. Let's try it in the middle. That's cool. And there's plenty of room in the back for the filter. Nice clearance. It's kind of got a hanging effect, which I like. Now that we have those placed, we will be putting some detail stones in here. Oh, big reach. Okay, now I'm going to come in with just light sprinkles of some finer gravel. And that's only going to be for the background, not the foreground. But I'm going to do the background first, so that way if any trickles up into the foreground, my foreground substrate will cover that too. That was a lot in the foreground, whoops. Ooh, I just had a good idea. I'm gonna go get one of my other rocks. Ooh, I like that. That fits quite well. Well, I guess I better get placing the rest of my rocks too. Okay guys, I've figured out this is my very first plant I'm throwing in there. It's a cardinalis, aka the Alternathura Reinecki var rosifolia. That's a mouthful. I bought one plant and it broke itself off into 3 groupings, so that's enough for me to start. So I'm going to start with this here in a second. Let me get the tweezers. Alright, so I planted the first cardinalis right there. And I think for contrast, I'm going to bring this one all the way into that hole right there. And for our third cardinalis, actually we have 4. Put this one in the back. Okay. This bigger one we can. What do you think, honey? Back here, maybe?
That'd be cute.
Up here, right next to it?
I think back there would be cute.
Okay, so we've got our cardinalis planted. I would say pretty successfully. Now, got this other one that I forgot the name of. Let's see. Oh, the Barcapa Microdrapa. He'll poke out someday. Got one right there. Only natural. We gotta bring the other one on the other side. Okay. Oh, most importantly, we got our moss ramp. Where should that go?
Maybe like on the rock and on the, like, up on both. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I hear that. However,
Or you can make it like a door into the tunnel.
it's too wide. We don't obstruct it. Okay. I'm sweating. Getting late. Let's fill this thing with water and try not to ruin the substrate. Alright guys, here's the aquascape that we made. A lot of the sand fell through, that's okay, we'll live with it. Still got that nice dugout tunnel. Got our plants here, and we're going to be dosing with these two products. And then we're going to be checking in with you guys tomorrow morning for an end result. So first, we're going to dose with Leaf Zone, which is basically a fertilizer, and AquaClear, which essentially binds up any tinier particles into a bigger particle, and then that's going to get sucked into the filter cartridge more easily. So I'm going to dose these things real quick, and we are done for the very first installment of the video series about the 55 gallon. Okay. That's hard to open. Okay, first up is the AquaClear. I'm not measuring on the AquaClear. That's not as crucial. This one's 5 mils per 10 gallons. $20 gallons worth. 40 gallons worth.
Sit.
A little extra. Alright guys, we're going to let these things do its thing. And we'll catch it tomorrow morning, and we'll see how the tank turned out. Thanks for watching.